Okay. Now, I'm going to redo this. Mission start. Resources. And today, and we'll just put down, I was on 9, but I will put down part 1, I guess. So, we're actually 4 days going on 5 days into the mission. And we have our oxygen set up. We've been starting some other supplies, trying to get the glass and plastic, the plastics for the radiation shield, which we still have a problem with. But we're in 1 times 24 mode, which is slower. Now, right now, it's about 10:45 on Gale Crater. I don't know why the time says it's the same on Earth now. We've added a sleep mod, which allows us to sleep through the night because we can't basically do anything at night right now. And I'm hoping that this will work, and then I can stream and just play the sim right along and that sort of thing. So what we've done is we've ate all our food and water, and we're going to go into the tent and we'll run this. I'm not sure exactly. Well, I load the game. I'm not sure exactly how long he can sleep. I think he can sleep. Well, I think he can go through the night. So 8 hours, 11 would be, or 6 hours would be 5 o'clock in the morning, which is probably about right. So we'll go in here and see what we can do. The oxygen, he only uses about 3 or 4 minutes or something for oxygen. We don't even have to worry about that. So we open up the inventory, and before we do that, you can see that his stats are all full here, except for the sleep, which is about half full. Radiation's at 0.3, which for 4 days, and the fact that we've got all our oxygen, and the fact that we are going to get right into... Now, this is another thing I just noticed here. His oxygen was hardly moving, and the time was going by really fast. Let me see something here. Let me just go out of this tent. The time, like, okay, so, well, that was really weird. I don't really know exactly what's going on with that. So we're gonna set this for 6 hours, and he'll have his suit on, obviously, whatever, and it's set for 6 hours. So now we just go ahead and sleep here. It looked like it already said 5 o'clock in the morning. Can you, like, get up? Oh, he just goes in and gets up. Did you see that? He just goes in, sleeps, and gets up. He didn't have to wait. We've got about 40 some odd days. We brought the rover up. Let's see what our stats look like. The stats didn't even get used. The stats didn't even get used, which is well, I suppose that'll help. I don't know how much stats he uses during the night, actually. And he's also losing radiation at night too, which is okay, I guess. So I'm wondering about the stat use. Now see, the stats are going down quite a bit right now. So those stats didn't get affected at all. It kind of defeats the purpose of the game, because that's the whole idea. But I mean, you still have to mine and stuff. It will help get through the mission, that's for sure. I suppose when you're sleeping too, you don't use as much, food and water. Oh, his sleep didn't even go down. Oh, that's interesting. So that's really interesting. The sleep's not even working. Let me try something different here. We gotta reload this game. Oh, you know why it didn't go down? It didn't go down because he didn't stay in the bed. He usually stays in there for 3 or 4 minutes. Let's go. We have to readjust that. I think it crashed. The game crashed. Alright, this is not good. I don't know why it crashed. There's a lot of memory there. I don't have a clue. I know what I could do. I know how to do that. So when I'm all done at night, I don't know why that crashed. wonder if the game is running out of memory for some reason. Alright, so what we'll do here, we'll do this different. Oh, you know what? This is automatically set to 8 hours. So what we've got to do is we've got to set this to 0. Well, 5 minutes. So, and the reason for that is because he's got to get his sleep, right? So, let's do that. I mean, he has to literally get his sleep. So, it was about 2300. 2245, 2300. So first we go in, we do the sleep. He has to do the sleep anyway. And I don't want to have to go in there. Now I don't know if when I wake up again, will that counter still be set to 5 minutes, or 8 hours. So he's already up. So that took him, we could say, to be on the safe side, we could say an hour. But it doesn't matter. So now it's getting on midnight. So we probably would want 5 hours. Now let's set that to 5 hours. Now he's got all of his sleep. Now watch that clock over there. See, it already set it to 4:30, whatever. So now he can. Oh, he's already up. Oh, he's already up because we did the sleep the first time. Oh, and he didn't need any. That's interesting. So it's about an hour. So then what we would do is we would do the timer first and sleep for 5 hours, and then do the real sleep afterwards where he needs it. And as a matter of fact, this is going to be a logistics problem, because I'm trying to think now. He should really do it first. Now see, it's automatically set to a default. I don't know why. So I went out of the tent. Let's go back in the tent. Well, oh, I know, after he uses it, I'll bet. After he uses it, it resets. So the default really should be at 5 minutes, because you don't want to go in there. He's going to be sleeping during the day. You don't want to go in there and then all of a sudden lose hours. You got to save the game again. Anyway. It's just a matter of checking that every time, I guess. So right now it looks like, what have we got going? I'm not sure if there's a can in there. We've got sodium hydroxide at 6. So we're finishing off our sodium oxide collection. And that's our primary. So I mean, each time that we do this, we're going to end up with sodium oxide. And we have to get to building on the printer as soon as possible. So and we have to get the boron, and we've got there. Well, we'll look at this here, like this here in a minute here. So we'd wake up an hour or so before daylight to plan our mission. So there's 6 units. So for every 2 units of sodium hydroxide, we go through 10 units of soil. So that's 3. So if we take 30 off of 110, that leaves us 80 units. Okay. Now we need 80 units because we only get 1 unit of boron for each 20 units of soil, and that's based on percentages of the possibility of boron in the soil is actually less than 1%. It's like 0.5%. So a 20 to 1 ratio is it's 0.5. It's 1%. It's 0.5%. Oh, God. 10 to 1. 10 to 1 is 10%. And 20 to 1 is, no, what am I doing? Yeah, 5%. It's 5%. No, what am I doing? I gotta think a minute. When you have 1 unit for every 10 units, the 1 unit is 10%. On the chart, it shows there's a scale that shows 0 to 10. That's actually, that 10 represents 10%, I think, in the total. So there's the numbers are showed in 0 to 10. I thought it was 0 to 100 at first, but it's actually 0 to 10. So, and really that percentage is, I mean, I don't know exactly the realistic proportions, because most of the chemicals are nanoparticles and they're like in parts per million. I mean, I'm going by that chart, which is actually in the game here. You can't see it very well. So the boron is 0.5 or up to 1%. So the 10 is actually a 10%. So it's on the units represents 10%. So 1 unit is 1% of that 10%. That's how that goes. I knew I have it right. It's just the numbers are messing me up today for some reason. So 1 unit for every 20 boron is 0.5%. So that'll give us 8 units of boron, and for every unit of boron we produce 20 units of glass. The boron is used to give the glass some ultraviolet protection, and that's how we're treating the glass, I guess, with 0.5%. Happens to be the same number. Now we can, I don't know if our solar panels should be cleaned up. I don't know if they're clean or not. Yeah, oh, they're not. Sun's just coming up here. So we can do a lot of work now because we have, the time frame is 124, and there's a soil canister ready to go in there. And since we did mine for aluminum oxide and iron, but before we do that again, we're supposed to clean this unit. So we definitely have to clean the unit. And I suppose while I'm waiting for things to charge up, that's methane and carbon dioxide, which is used to get dewater. That's fiber. This is that's all carbon over there for the aluminum processing. This is soil waste, which is full. That's used for the creating of the alloy, the iron alloy, and we get that by cleaning the refinery. And we have to use a certain amount of iron oxide in order to do that. I do not believe I have done that yet. This is silicon dioxide that we're going to use to make the glass with. Right now we're getting the sodium oxide, and we're going to need some dewater afterwards. And I think we're going to need a couple of cans. I think we're going to need some cans. So let's go in here. Let's go in here and make a couple cans. I don't even know if we should have the materials to do it with. We need some iron. So, oh, we must have some empties here then. Or do we? Oh god, I put sodium oxide over here. Huh? That's too funny. I put it there because I wanted... That's actually for the glass, come to think of it. That sodium oxide is to actually... I already made that, didn't I? And put it there. So we've got some iron here, so we just gotta go get some more iron. Hopefully it doesn't go anywhere. So we gotta make 2 barrels, or, yep. Eventually we'll have a crap load of barrels because we're gonna be making, printer. This side should be aluminum. I'll just put this over here. One of these barrels should be aluminum. Now, a little pro tip here. When you're grabbing stuff off the ground and whatever, it pays to go a little slower and not to hold. If you hold the E key down, you're going to empty resources. Which I found out the hard way. It's not very pleasant to lose a resource that takes literally half a day to get. Alright, so let's finish this off here. And every time I leave the refinery, I deselect all of this. So there's sodium oxide, nickel, and soil waste. We got a new can there. That looks good. And while that's finishing, so we've already got our silicon oxide for the glass. That's good. That's empty. So then we'll have to make dewater, so we'll have to take both of these cans out when this is done. I thought I had dewater kicking around, but evidently it's gone. So this is almost done. And there should be 80 some odd units in there. Alright, so we're going to take this off. I always try to put my next processes over there. No, this is what? This isn't empty. And I should have just gone ahead and emptied or brought the sodium oxide over here. Wait just a second now. I've got to make some dewater. So, well, things are getting messed up over there. So this is our CO2 for the dewater. And just when you pick this stuff up, man, I'm telling you, you've got to really... there is a delay there. There is a delay from when it does that. Empty it. Now I think... Let's see, I'm supposed to clean this too. I have to have the aluminum and iron in here. I don't need to do it just yet though. I forget what it gives for an output. It's nickel. This should be an empty. Alright, so, oh wait, maybe we only need one. Oh, we're making dewater and something else. Carbon, we're making more carbon. So, I think we must have a carbon container over there. I gotta take this back out. Well, actually I didn't have to. I think that's dewater. No. That's got 54 of carbon. So we'll get that there. Alright, so now we're going to make dewater and carbon. And I can just barely see that down there. We got that in there. We're processing 10 units of sodium oxide, so we only need 10 dewater. And this process works up pretty quick. I was hoping to save see, it uses 10 units to make plastic out of that methane. I wanted to make some plastic. I'm wondering if I can use that 10 methane right now while it's in there. I don't know if... Okay, there's the plastic right there. The other one is probably like CO2 to CO2 or whatever. Now, so I've only got 14 units, so we're going to go ahead and make 10 plastic. While it's in here. And the plastic is for those radiation panels. They use 3 each, I think. And something else gets used for it too, but I don't remember. So the processes are running about 30 to 40 units an hour. That's If it's 40 units, it's like 20 or 15 or something. Well, anyway. Alright, so let's take this out here. Now, I suppose I had put the plastic over here before, so I knew where it was. And it didn't. I'm going to leave it there, and what I'm going to do is actually we're going to save the game at this point. And the reason for that is I don't think the plastic's going to leak because there's 10 units. Maybe if there's only one unit, like that soil that we got, which there's some soil. What did I do with that soil? Oh, that's got 50 over there. Alright, so let's take this out now. See, this has got 4 units of methane. So maybe if it only has 4 units in here, like less than 10, they may start leaking out. Let's see if I can roll this so it points upwards. So I'm kind of wondering about how that all works. Alright, let's grab our de-water, our precious, and believe me, it is seriously precious. We need sodium oxide. It's one of these. That's the soil. Always just tap that E key. Make a habit of just tapping the E key. And now we produce a singular. No, I must have I dumped out carbon over there. I think this is the carbon. So if I can just get over there. Oh, actually it's the nickel, but anyway. I probably need an empty. I think that one's empty. Now that can moved. I want to try to keep an eye on it. See, there's 4 units in there. So here we're going to just make sodium hydroxide. Right there. And we use all of the 10 units of sodium oxide. That gives us 20 units of sodium hydroxide. And it does it in 2s. I mean, I suppose I could do 10 units apiece. Or something. I don't know. It's better to do the whole process, I guess. You get 2 empty cans. You just have to be careful and micromanage the usage of whatever it is that you're trying to do. So now we're only allowed to use 10 units of this for our mining. And for gosh sakes, don't hold that key down. I gotta keep telling myself that, you know. Alright, so now we are going to look for boron. I do select that. Alright, where's the boron? Oh, I might have to click on another can. Now, if a process doesn't show up, then deselect the can, go to the reaction list, and try to figure out. You deselect the can in case you don't start up a process by accident. So this one has manganese, boron, and soil trace. So we need 3 empties in there. And I don't know if I've got... I thought I had an empty. I thought there was an empty here. That's soil waste. I know that's soil waste. That's carbon. I don't think this is an empty. I know it isn't. That's my plastic. Oh, wait a minute. That's plastic. What the hell did I put over here? Carbon. So I gotta go make an empty. And I could... Well, I could transfer some aluminum and empty that can, but in the interest of time, I should consider saving the game. It is 1300 hours right now, and I would like to get that boron processed. The solar panels, while we're not working, they're charging up the batteries, so that's not too bad. There's our boron right there. There's only one boron process. There is some other processes in here. You've got to be careful that you choose the right one. You get your sodium oxide collection, your iron, aluminum, iron, and calcium. Calcium is used in the processes for the treating of water for fertilizer. So we've got all of that. Now we have to micromanage this and make sure that we only use now this is actually going to run 20 units of soil each and only 2 units of sodium hydro... No, actually 4 units. Oh god. I just realized that. That could be a bit of a problem. I'm not going to have enough soil to get... Oh, I am getting the boron, actually. I have to stop this process. Shit. Wait, no, keep going. I've got enough. I need two units of boron. I've got 1 in there right now. Alright, there's our 2 units of boron. I do have enough. The 2 units of... I thought I needed 4. That's only going to give me 40. Then I have to go back and recollect sodium oxide out of this soil, which is only going to give me another 40, which really isn't a big deal. So what I'm going to do with this boron is I have to do something with it. The 40 units of glass are for the small printer. That's all I need at the beginning, and I have to do it that way. The sodium oxide in here, God, what is this here? That's iron. That's soil. Well, I really need to put that manganese and oxide someplace, and I have to build parts. I just leave them. I'm gonna have to leave them in this unit until I'm ready to make the glass. That's what I'll do. I've got to transfer some stuff, and that's easy to do. I can take out this last can here, and of course that's going to get in the way, isn't it? No. That's the fiber. That's soil. I think what I'd like to do is get more sodium oxide. No, I can't. I've got the. Wait a minute. That's plastic over there. Yeah, I get sodium oxide. But I'm only going to get 2, 4, 6, 8. That'll be enough. Why don't I get the other sodium oxide can? Bring that back over here. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's sodium oxide. This will save me time. And oh God, I've got to take out a can. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll take out the magnesium oxide. I'll run that over here. I'm not leaving these cans on the ground because I lost it before. Alright, so now we just need dewater. Wait, I need an empty. Do I have another empty? I don't think so. I used all the dewater before. Let's just take a peek here. I keep forgetting. So now we're back. We're doing this here. Oh, so it's sodium oxide, nickel, and soil waste. I've got to have 3 items here. So I'm not taking any chances on losing that boron. That's sodium dioxide, isn't it? Let's see, I almost hit that E key. So we're gonna have to put this over here. I lost that too. And I think it was in less than a day when it was on the ground. So you tell me. Let's see, did we lose any methane yet? No, I still got 4 in it. Alright, so we need nickel and our waste product here. That's not it. That's more waste product. I should put that in the back somewhere. I'm not sure where the nickel is. That's iron oxide. Well, it's got to be here somewhere. I hope I didn't lose that now. There it is. Okay. Sodium oxide, nickel, and that. So we've got our 2 units of boron. That gives us... Oh god, wait a minute. Let me think about this. Something's not right. I had the 10 sodium oxide for the glass. It's okay, because we will have energy to run this machine to finish what we're doing, I think. That's 5 units of sodium oxide to give me 40 glass. And 2 runs here, 2 units of boron. That's all I needed. Okay, good. But later on we're going to need more glass. Later on I'm going to need to run this 2 more times. So that's why I was thinking if I did it all at the same time, I could save myself processing time. If I did 2 more units of boron. That's 40 units of soil. No. It's 20 units, isn't it? Yeah, it's 20 units. 20 units of soil. 20, 40, 60. Oh, I changed that glass process. No, I didn't, actually. It doesn't work that way. I gotta go back down here again. It's 8 units for a reason. Because there's 1 sodium oxide and 7 silicon dioxide. That's a chemical formula to make glass. Oh, this one doesn't use the boron, does it? So I'm actually making 80 units of glass with that. So I need 2 units of boron. I need 2 more units of boron is what I really need. And I think I want that boron. And we get that out of soil 4 battery 1. And it takes 20 units of soil to get that. That's why I'm thinking I've got 40 units of soil left just by stop this process here. And I've already got my 10 sodium oxide, which I thought I was going to get. So that's really good. That's going to save me some processing time. Now I've already got the sodium hydroxide in here with the soil, so we can go ahead and bring the boron back over. Manganese, boron, and that trace element. Now this is sodium oxide, right? Let's see. Soil waste. Nickel. There's that one. I believe that's the soil trace. That's sodium oxide. I'm gonna put my sodium oxide over here. Wait, let's see here. First, we're gonna get the manganese. I mean, it's possible that I could have emptied these resources by mistake. You just don't want to touch that E key. It's just do not want to touch it. Take this back over here. Now we grab the boron. Okay, so we've got boron, magnesium, and the soil trace in there. And we're just looking for 2 units of boron. And that will only use 1 unit is 20. I'm going to have 20 units of soil out of that. So we've got our 10 units of sodium oxide that I did earlier. That sodium oxide has to come back here and be reprocessed for the sodium hydroxide. In order to do that, I've got to have dewater, and I don't have any resource for dewater now, except for the reclamation of fiber. See, I kind of held that key down. There's only 26 units of fiber in there. I hate that E key. I really do. So let's get this process going. Let's see what we got here. There's the boron. So, like I said, 2 units will run the rest of that soil. So I don't have to micromanage this anymore. It'll stop once the soil gets used up. Now I can look at my vitals. See, the game goes a lot slower. I guess that shows up no matter what you do there. So we can do a food, a water, and 2 vitamins. So we'll go ahead and... Now it gives an error when you try to... It says drink remainder. Oh, it does work. I didn't know that worked. It actually worked. Huh, isn't that interesting? I could actually eat the rest of that food too. I mean, I shouldn't. It's about 800. I had 1200 in there. I guess it's close enough. And I'm hoping that we'll have enough later. 2 waters and 3 foods. Let's see, we're already starting to build the printer very shortly. Now I'll just go ahead and, well, the process has stopped. So now we've got our 4 boron, and I will immediately take that and put that over here. Now the manganese. I didn't want to put that on the ground. We leave that in the processing unit, I think. I thought I was supposed to get, well, there's 4 in there. Now this soil trace right here, I'll explain this. That's the same thing as Mars soil, except for the fact that you can't take any more boron, you can't take any more manganese out of it, but you can take other things out of it, like some of your other elements. So that's not waste soil. Some of the other processes that we use have to give up waste soil in the, and then you can't reuse it. You've got to do something with it. But that one there we can reuse. Alright, so that Mars soil is empty. Well, it's not empty, but it's got 6 units in there. So we can put this over here. And I don't want to put that in there yet. Let's see if we still got 4 units of... Yeah, that's still there. Maybe it's just the boron and the manganese and the sodium oxide or something that likes to go away. I don't know. I can leave the sodium hydroxide in there. I put this over here. So now what we're doing... What are we doing? I need the sodium oxide. I think I need to make the glass. I gotta go back over and get the sodium oxide. Well, that's a long list, isn't it? So now we're going to make glass 1. And we use 10 units of that sodium oxide. I gotta sit there and watch that now. No, I thought I had sodium oxide over here or something. That must be plastic. I thought I had 2 cans. I know I had 2 cans of sodium oxide. Maybe this is just the 10 units. Okay, good. I used the other one up to make the sodium hydroxide, that's why. Now wait a minute. Something's still wrong. Because I still need sodium hydroxide to get the other sodium oxide out. See, I've only got 4 units of that sodium hydroxide. So what I have to do with that is I have to start low and get my sodium oxide with that 4 units. and then build myself back up to more sodium oxide for the drilling. Well, I knew I was going to fall behind with this, and I don't really care. But there is this dewater issue, and that can be fixed too, because eventually, after we get the 3D printer built, we will be getting liquid waste from the toilet, from the commode, and there's recycle liquid waste. We do that. We can do that twice a day. That will give us recycled water, which is actually 10 units of dewater. So we'll be able to get some dewater back from that, and that's actually going to be less too. I should change that. That should be more like that should be more like 10 units of liquid waste and 5 units of dewater. I should write that down. 10 units liquid waste to 5 units dewater. I think that's the one change I had left to do. And that gives us 10 dewater. That gives us just enough dewater during the day, at the end of the day, to process 10 units of sodium oxide. And that's like perfect. I mean, you can't ask for a better hardcore game than this, honestly. Alright, so we are going to take this sodium hydroxide out. Hopefully not hitting the E key. Oh gosh. And I'll put this over here. Try to maneuver this thing around so it gets in there good. I'm trying to be a little bit more organized with the cans. Now we grab our silicon dioxide. Being careful just to tap the key. Alright, now we're going to make 80 units of glass 1. Maybe we're not. Oh, we get some dewater out of this. So I'm going to need 2 empty cans. Because all that stuff is full. I could empty this aluminum oxide. I mean, I do get a lot of it, but maybe not, you know? We're gonna need 2 cans. I need silicon dioxide in here. Let's go get that silicon dioxide back. Actually, I think there's some down here. Oh, that's enough for 2 cans right there, I think. Now, see that? There's 2 resource barrels. There's another one. You can hook cables to this or something. I don't quite know the resource mod for all of that, but we'll get that figured out later. So we're getting close to getting our glass produced. Now, sometimes you hit the E key and that's what happens. Well, that rolled right out of there. Oh, that's pretty good. I didn't have to take it out, it just rolled out. I built this thing downhill. Smart move, sort of, on my part, I guess. The printer seems to use a little bit more energy than the processing machine, but it all adds up, evens out, I guess. He's bouncing around here. I don't know. I've been seeming to deal with it. The bouncing. I think it's gotten better. All right. Now that looks like sodium and something else. I don't know what that is. We don't want sodium and oxygen. Sodium is a very, as a matter of fact, that should almost be removed, because I would never want to split. Well, I suppose you could split it to make salt, but sodium oxide is very rare. So I may remove that process. That's glass, and that's recombine of silicon dioxide. I recombine some of the more common elements to get empties. And that's glass 1 and D water. Take that off. We're going to use all of this to make 80 glass. So I don't have to micromanage that. We could use 3 vitamins and some sleep. And right now I'm just going to do normal sleep. See, he's not hardly using any resources at all here. Now, I noticed I don't want all that time to go by when I go in there. I'm going to save the game here because we did a lot of work. I'm thinking I might go for a walk today. I don't know. It's very possible. I haven't been out for a while. We might be at a good point to do it. Alright, so... Oh, my oxygen is low too. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do the oxygen first. I always do the primary stuff first. External is safe. I always like to vocally say my safety features. They do that in real life anyway, before you do anything major. So I want to sleep 0 hours. It might rain today. I don't know. We got a full suit. Suit is on. Double check the inventory clock. We've got our oxygen. Let's sleep. Now see, it added 5 minutes there. So now we're doing like the sleep for the game. So this mod's working pretty good. I could actually grab me, well, I'm not really hungry. I could get some water. Alright, now we can probably advance maybe a couple hours or something. We've got our, let's recycle the air. Open that, and then go to our inventory and check our stats real quick. 245, 345, 445. We could probably go 2 hours, I guess. So we've got a time program. So just go E and disembark. Let's just double check our oxygen here. He's not using, that's 107. I don't even remember that changing. Do a game save. We're gonna get that glass made sooner or later here. It just seems like it's taken forever. So that's 6 days. We didn't even have the oxygen before in 6 days. Now we're already making the glass. Oh, it already made the glass. Okay. So the silicon oxide is empty. Now we will take the empty which is this one here. I'll put this over here. I put my empties there. I'm sort of coming up with a process. Now we'll take that glass that's in the middle. And the colors, the color scheme, I did a pretty good job with it. I worked on a lot of the colors. We need the boron, and we've got silicon dioxide in number 1 here. We don't need that anymore. So we'll just put this down over here somewhere. All the light colored metals I put over there on this side. The iron and the other go there on the other side. Alright. We've got 4 units of boron, 80 units of glass. And all we need to do is put an empty in the middle. We could take out, we even managed to get some D water out of that deal. I got 10 D water. I'll have to check that process. Yes, that's true. 10 sodium oxide for 80 D water gives me, for 80 glass gives me 10 D water. There's 1 D water for every sodium oxide. Okay. The glass is lit. The boron's lit. The glass 1 is lit. What are we missing? It might be carbon. Maybe we get carbon out of the deal. Carbon is in glass, so it could be a byproduct, I suppose. I may have added that in there. No, let's see. D water comes out in both situations. Alright, so we just click that. Glass and D water. Now we don't have to micromanage that. Let's go double check our panels here. Panels get dirty at night too, I guess. I'm going around in circles. With my mod, this game... Oh, and my suit's still broke, too. I have a broken helmet from earlier. because I jumped or something, and I landed right on top of the solar panel and broke my helmet a little bit. I was lucky too, because I mean I got plastic, but I didn't want to use to make this patch. It takes like 10 freaking plastic or something. It takes a lot of plastic, and I don't have a lot of methane. I don't have any methane. And making water from sodium oxide is not realistic. It doesn't work. So let's take this silicon dioxide out here. Put that in there. Now a can wants to run away on me. I don't want it over there. That's some aluminum in there. I got 70 in there, 30 over here. Let's see what his resources are doing here. He hasn't used any food and water yet. Oh, I think we might be all done. Look at that ultraviolet protected glass, will ya? Is that good or is that good? That's just super. And now I've got some de-water to reprocess my sodium oxide later. So now we've got the glass. To produce the glass out of here, we go to Outpost. No, we don't. We're doing the glass for the printer. Here. We've got aluminum, silicon dioxide, and we just need glass. A spot for the glass. So what have I got where? I got silicon dioxide in there. I don't need that in there. I thought we needed... That's actually only 6 units of it. And I think that's it. We've got our glass now for the... We got everything we need now except for reprocessing some stuff. So I've got to reprocess... What is this here? That's sodium hydroxide. 4 units. This is kind of valuable too. I got 10 units of de-water. I've got an empty. I got 2 empties now. Put that there. I need to reprocess. That's an empty. Let's go grab a can of sodium dioxide. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning right now. We got aluminum to do. Let's grab that one. can hit the R key while you're running and straighten that up a little bit. Go get a silicon dioxide can while I'm at it. Put that in there too. There aren't a lot of silicon dioxide cans. So you gotta be really careful using this stuff. I don't know if you can combine it. I gotta remove that other process too while I'm thinking about it. Alright, so remove, split, NaO. I want to remove that. Let's do a save game. The game has memory crashes. So I'm guessing save the game after you do a bunch of work or whatever, you know? It's probably a good idea. Now I've got to remove something. I'll have to remove that dewater. It's got over 10 units, so hopefully we don't lose it. If we do, I'll be pissed. Now we're gonna sort out a couple of these guys. Silicon dioxide. Now, this is a mod compatibility thing where the can has silicon oxide and aluminium. I convert those over to aluminum and silicon dioxide. There's no sodium oxide on Mars. I mean silicon oxide. So now we're getting radiated. And we'll look at that in a minute here. Put that there. We can use the food and the water. And that's still up around 0.3. So we're still quite a ways out of the danger zone. That converts to aluminum. We pretty much have to convert everything that's in that supply can in order to build this. Alright, what do we got over here? We're going to be building our glass first. So it was 0.3 when we had that hit. That pretty much doubled our radiation level. Not too good. Radiation goes down at night and it goes up in the daytime. Alright, now we can make all of our glass. I'm going to make all the glass, I think. Or I should probably only make 40. That's what I really should do, because I got to build the other stuff. I don't know yet. So while that's building, I'll start bringing this stuff up here. See if I can find a place to put this where it doesn't roll. Just give it a heave. Oh, I can hit the escape key and get out of that quicker. Oh, I really threw that glass over there. What I really want to do is convert this stuff over. Silicon. Don't need that. Silicon. This should be silicon dioxide. And I'll just probably throw them down there in the interest of time. I think I'd like to make I want to make platform. Where did the glass go to? Each one of those uses 15. That's quite a bit. I'm wondering where. I'm thinking this is a pretty flat spot right here. It's really nice. So I'm thinking I want to build a small unit, and then because I've got so much time at night, I want to go up there. That's where I want to build the outpost, and I want to use the rover to locate the grids. Of course, the radiation protection thing's over here, and until I get a radiation shield built. But I want to build up on that ridge. That's what I want to do. But I can't do it now. Okay, we gotta put our silicon dioxide in, don't we? That's an empty, and it's just gonna go over there somewhere. That's got 6 units in there. That's not going to be enough, is it? That's aluminum. That's silicon dioxide. That's the one I probably just made. What's this one here? More aluminum. So I've got to make 40 units of this glass. Aluminum. Silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide. That's nice and shiny. I like the texture. Pretty good. Not sure why that's taken so long. Solar panels could be dirty. There's 4. It's only 12:30 right now. Solar panels look good. So we're really doing good on getting this thing built. Or the parts built for it anyway. I don't know why that can's sitting there. Silicon. Silicon. I don't want this stuff getting in my way. Aluminium. That needs to be converted. Aluminium. Silicon dioxide. It feels like it's dark out, but there is like cloud cover type of stuff. Silicon dioxide. I don't know what these cans are here. Just aluminum. I have to put these in at an angle or something. That's iron. Two more pieces of glass. The glass was the longest. Boy, it really feels like it's getting dark out. Process, because you've got to get the boron, you've got to get the sodium hydroxide, you've got to keep your. You cannot use dewater to get your sodium oxide. You use it first time in the very beginning of the game, which is pretty cool. And then after that, and then to even order to do that, you've got to be able to extract your resources out. That's an empty. Oops, crap. And I still gotta clean this. I wanna go get an aluminum. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5. All I gotta do is make 2 more pieces of glass. See, that's aluminium, which is the British version of aluminum. And we don't want that. Now we're processing aluminum, and it looks good. That's silicon. We might need that for something. I'll just put it back. Actually, let's just put it back over here. Let's see here. Oh God, see, now I hit that. I was holding down that E key because I was wanting to drop it, and I thought I was holding the R key down, and I almost dumped that freaking silicon. That's just not good. Alright, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8 pieces of glass right there. Let's do these guys. That's an empty. That's aluminum. I'll put my aluminum here. Silicon dioxide. Now see, it's not. Oh, yes, it is showing up right there. Again, these recombination processes do not take long at all. They're just transferring of stuff. Transferring stuff from one can to another. So it's getting around 3:30. Now it says I need some water. We'll eat a water and a food here. See, I went through a whole day and I've only used like 2 resources, hardly any sleep. What did I just pick up? I picked up silicon. can't get this stupid leg here. It's... did I make more? I'm not supposed to. There's 3. I need 1 more. We're building a 2x2 base. So it's taken a long time to do all of this stuff here. Let's see. Aluminium. I don't want aluminium. I don't want that can. So you do all the processing at night. I mean in the daytime. Do the building at night. When you get no energy, like me. Alright, that's silicon dioxide. Get all that in there. This is how you would run a manufacturing process. You would do everything like sequentially or whatever it is there. So I still have my sodium hydroxide, my magnesium oxide in there, and I should be, once this process is done, I'm going to save the game again because I've done an extreme amount of work. I always feel relieved when I've got a game save, I'm telling you. So there's our aluminum. Now I've got 4 of these. Let's build corners. So we're out of aluminum. Now, a lot of this stuff can be recombined. So I am definitely not, I have not wasted any resources yet. No, I think I'll just build. Eventually we'll run out of power. In fact, I probably gotta clean my solar panels. You know, he's not using nearly as many resources, food and water. It seems like he should be using more, you know? I'll throw that over there. That's iron. That's low. We won't have to build any more corners for any of the, because it only needs 8 corners altogether. That's pretty cool. We're just gonna throw this stuff over there, I guess. See, it takes a while to build this stuff, so this is gonna use some power. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. You know, I could have built that glass, but then that would have used other materials. If I'd built all the other glass, I probably would have ran out of materials to build the necessities, you know what I mean? So you gotta really be careful. You only got one chance. I mean, you can go back and go to a previous game save, I suppose. That kind of defeats the purpose of surviving. And there's still an end game. The end game is to produce methane. Methane and nitrogen. If you can't produce your hydrogen and nitrogen, you won't be able to survive. So let's see here. Put in some more silicon dioxide. Shit. Now let's put that over there somewhere. I think I can recombine iron to... I'm actually not sure about that. Silicon oxide. I think I'll wait on that. We're gonna build what we got until the power runs out. See how that switches in there? It's a little bit difficult to figure out, but what is it? 1, 3, something. This uses a lot of iron. So I got looks like I've got 6. Let's see. I just gotta build one more corner. There's 10 iron in there. Actually, if I can build something with that 10 iron. I could build another glass. No, that doesn't use iron. That doesn't use iron. That uses 20 apiece. I got 10 iron in there. That uses 15. Uses 30. I just have to take it out and recombine it, I guess. I have not refined any iron yet in this game. I still have to clean the unit thing. I have to clean the refinery. We should run out of power here pretty quick. Alright, there's our 8 corners. I'm out of aluminum now. Alright, I've got to build 3 of these guys. Let's do that. As soon as he runs out of power, I'll take a little break and I have to build a power slot that uses silicon. I'll have to pull that glass out to make the silicon. It'll run out of power at some point. You know, we can make batteries. Oh, wait. Well, actually, there is a form of battery in there. In other words, we get the materials to make the batteries, that's fine. Now, I'm going to take this glass out right here, hoping that I don't lose any. Put that there. This is our silicon. I'm glad I brought that over. All we need to do here is make 1 power strip. And we're out of iron. Let's see. We can make of 20. 15 of 20. That's 20 of 20. Let's make an access edge. I need to make 1, 2. I need to make a lot of access edges. A crap load. That's an empty. That's my glass. I need to go over and get the iron, don't I? So there's all of the power units in that. That's over there. That was an access edge, actually. I gotta make the power unit. Well, be that way. I'm looking for... Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I want to put my glass in here. I don't want to leave it on the ground. Now I gotta make access edges. So I'll make 3 of those. See, that's 12, 15, and 7. So this is number 2. I'm surprised this thing's still going. That's number 3. This would be number 4. I'm making a mark of how many groups of 4s that I do for the axis edges. Because there's a crop load. Alright, so 4 on the sides, Oh, so it's 4 on the sides and wait, those are not access edges. I might have to make, I think there's 2 on the bottom on the back, but I don't remember. I'll put those in later. So now what I've got to do is build printer edges. I'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, I need 6 of these. That I'm not sure of. You know what? I think I need 4 more access edges. So I'll build 4 of these guys. You know, those printer edges should have some glass in it. I mean, it looks like there's glass in there, you know. Oh, it ran out of power. It's out of power, finally, so... And I can't really see to build this thing. I should have laid the, well, I could use night vision. It doesn't really help that much. I mean, I know I want to build up here. But I want to be able to... I may have to move those cans. I mean, I'd have to walk all those printed parts up there. I don't think I'm going to have to do that because what I can do is the printer thing I can carry, so I might be able to stack parts inside that printer. Or something. I don't know. See, it looks like there's a hill here and I can't see it. I think it's flatter right here. There's the flat spot. I got plenty of oxygen to run my stuff up there. But how much stuff I can carry up there, that's going to be a problem. Let me see something here. I'm wondering if there's some other way to do it. I gotta fix that oxygen bottle can. Some of that stuff down there I can build, but I can't build everything. Just 3. There's no way. You could do it with that forklift. Oh, the forklift doesn't have... Oh, the vehicles didn't get adjusted. I forgot to do the vehicles. Well, he's gonna need some sleep here pretty quick. Let's see here. Why would I... Where is the power cables are down here, aren't they? So actually all this stuff is in the way. Oh, fuck. Be careful not to bury something in the ground. Alright, where's a table here? Alright, so that's over there. Just hoping that my cables will reach. I don't have to move anything, but I may have to get that box over here. If I do, I guess it's not a big deal. See, it doesn't really take up a lot of space. I just have to move everything. Oh, this has 2 layers too. Why is it? It wants to go down in the ground over here. There's a hill there. There's a hill there. Why is it going down so far? There must be a big hill there. Okay, right here, I think. Well, that seems like it's high up, doesn't it? I see I can go 4 units over that way. 5 if I have to. I want to build it in behind here, I guess. Not there. There's that. I guess it takes a little time to do all of this. Oh wow, it's almost 5 o'clock in the morning. There we go. It's looking good. If the windows don't go, you gotta flip it over. The access edges that I built, that's an access edge. It only has the window on one side, so that goes on the corner. I don't know exactly where the front would be. I was thinking the front was going to be on the other side. It's all symmetrical for all intents and purposes anyway. Oops. speed on the poor thing. That's a little closer to that printer than I thought I was going to be. I may have to move that. Caca. Yeah, maybe not. I didn't do the thing for the bottom yet. No, it's already 7. I should be, why can't I put this in there? What the hell? Okay. So, what I'm gonna, well, I gotta make some more parts, don't I? Yeah, I just keep doing what I'm doing, I guess. That's an access edge. I just beat the crap out of it there. Yay. Seems like the, the way I'm standing here and everything. It's easier to get to. Yeah, I didn't lay it out quite the way I wanted it to, but nobody's perfect. I gotta think about sleep. Well, it should go there. Oh, something happened. Can I get stuff out of there still? Well, it'll build whatever it is it's building in there. Another access edge. It just seems like I should be... This should be the front. Look how that got built. Oh, well, you know something? There's an east-west, north-south orientation to this thing. I think I read if you build it one way, you can't build. So you can't build some stuff. I don't know. Right now I've got north-south. I've got Well, that's the east. The south is to my right. Um, and the way I'm planning on building this thing is to extend it out to the right over here. I don't like the way it's positioned, but it's not going to be there permanently. Now it looks like there's something glowing up there. Oh, that's that atmosphere processor I put up there the other night. Shit, I don't know what to do about this yet. You know what I think I'm going to do, though? What is this in here? Let me grab... That's iron. That's an empty. Oh god, he needs sleep. Shit. Alright, I don't need that. What I need is one of these cans in here. Oh, he's gonna be out of oxygen too. His sleep is okay, I can get him in there. He doesn't have any water. Huh. Well, he needs to get oxygen. That's the primary. That's the primary. I think as soon as he drops this suit, he fills right up. I don't really know. But I don't want him to run out of oxygen in his sleep. Well, he doesn't really use that much. Now I've got to change this 8 hours to 0. And while he's doing this, I'm going to take a stream break